welcome to the Quantum Partners channel. Today we would be discussing about something which we encounter on a day-to-day basis. Objections and handling of objections. Objections and handling of objections is part and parcel of your entire sales process. The perception is objections are bad, but I disagree to this fact. I feel objections are good. Why? If you are interacting with a customer and if he raises an objection, he's listening to you, he wants your services, and also he's paying attention to what you're saying or what you're proposing. A genuine investor or a genuine client will definitely raise objection, and that objection will take you closer to the closure of the sale. However, you will definitely encounter customers who are genuinely not interested and are not in a position to kind of end the conversation. What you can do over here is basically you can strike a conversation with a client of the area of his interest and probably build a relationship in the future. Why do we get objections? This has been one big question which everybody has on their minds. Why do we get objections? The reason being, the customer is genuinely not interested, or he doesn't have the need at this point of time. He doesn't have the surplus money, or he doesn't have the urgency to invest at this point of time. Secondly, he is not the sole decision maker. He has a family member into the same business, or he already has a financial advisor who's also providing him with other financial services. And the most important point is that he's of an attitude that I know everything and I can do it myself. The second question what we would like to highlight over here is how to be great in answering objections. It's very simple, but it is very effective. List down the objections. What do I mean by list down the objections? You have to put yourself into the position of the customer. If it's a new customer, if it's a referral, remember it's just a referral. It's not a definite sale. You have to put yourself into the shoes of the customer. Understand that it's a first meeting and what kind of objections he would raise when you are proposing or when you are kind of having a conversation with him. Once you list down the objections, as an advisor, you also have to list down what could be your response, what could be your reaction, or what could be the solution you would be providing to overcome those objections. Also, it is very important to have discussions or interactions with your peers who have established themselves as very well successful established advisors. You can obviously have an interaction on what kind of objections they have encountered in their interactions with the customers and how well they have overcome those objections. The next part is that you have to be a good listener. You have to listen to the customer patiently. You have to be very calm. While the customer is coming up with his objections, you also have to think on what solutions you can provide to the customers on the objections raised by him. You have to also isolate the objection. By isolating the objection, what I mean is that you can come to know whether it is only one objection which the customer has or there are few more objections. If the answer to that question is yes, then you know that you just have to overcome one objection. So just to summarize, I would say objections are good. Treat every objection as real and with empathy. You know your task that if you have to overcome those objections and convert it into sale. Isolate the objections. Be persistent. Have a proper, defined follow-up plan. It should not happen that your follow-up should bother the customer. Last but not the least, you should have a crisp presentation which you have to deliver with enthusiasm, which will add value and urgency to the customer's needs. Thanking you, and we will definitely meet in the future. Thank you very much.
Mutual fund investments are subject to market risks. Please read all scheme-related documents carefully.